here we are again now in 2023. As we enter 2023, we're seeing high inflation. The recession has started. They are predicting a depression-style economic disaster, which means it's going to lend itself. People are still going to want fitness. Fitness is not a trend. Fitness is ongoing. People will always find a way to pay for their fitness and health, but they want to do it in a smart way. Mm-hmm. And so it makes sense to do it in a group environment where it is affordable, it is convenient, and those that want to be getting a more high-touch experience, well, it makes sense that they get in on that smaller group training, semi-private programs where, again, much more affordable, much more convenient, still the accountability, still the results, and still that community feel that we need.
Welcome to the Fitness CEO Podcast, a show dedicated to helping fitness entrepreneurs launch and grow successful gyms. Here's your host, Bryce Henson.
Hey, what up, friends? Welcome back to another amazing episode of the Fitness CEO Podcast, firing this baby up beginning of 2023 with my man, Bedros Keuilian in the set. And welcome to the co-host of your show, my friend.
That's right. Good to be here. And I love how the set continues to improve and evolve. This is awesome.
Yeah. Love this. Love you, B. Love this show. And you guys know the drill by now. We come to you every Wednesday with content that's going to better your leadership skills, your mindset. And I'm the main host. I do solo episodes. I bring on guests, and then B is my co-host who drops on one time a month. And this episode today we're going to be airing we're at the onset of 2023. This episode is going to release on February 1st, so about a month delayed, but we have 11 months ahead of us, and really talking about what the fitness industry is going to look like in 2023. And B and I were kind of chatting off set in preparation for the show and came up with 5 big predictions. Actually, B might have a 6th, but we'll put that in the bag for later. But we're going to go through the top 5, kind of dialogue a little bit, give you our insight, and that way you have our take. So fitness trend number 1 as we head into 2023 is from a fitness perspective, people are going to take a bit more of an active approach, not only in the fitness component to get lean and get in shape and that aesthetic feel, but especially still off the heels of COVID. It was a big eye-opener. The fact of our health of our society is in question. So our prediction is that people are going to take an active look, more not necessarily just at their fitness, but also a more active look at their health.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I think a holistic approach to health is something that is now on people's radar, right? What am I eating? What are the additives? Are there preservatives? How's it going to affect any comorbidity that might be a factor the next time I get some kind of a virus that comes out like this, right? We now can expect other viruses, assuming, and if so, if you are just focused on your fitness, meaning aesthetically, how do I look? And we know this to be true. The industry that I come from originally, bodybuilding, powerlifting, bodybuilders and powerlifters have some, and the fitness competitors have some of the worst gut health because the way they train and dehydrate themselves and the foods that they eat to look aesthetically good does not mean they have a strong immune system, does not mean they have great gut health. In fact, most have leaky gut issues and things of that sort. So I think holistically.
I'm going to interject real quick, and I'm going to link you to, if you haven't seen, Rachel Shear just dropped a podcast, and literally we just went over how she was like in the prime shape. Literally, it looks and still does like a fitness supermodel, but her gut health, she was not healthy at all. So just to provide some acknowledgement to that, and also to encourage you to check out her episode.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point. And so with that in mind, it's easy to go on social media and see people that are the epitome of what looks like health and fitness, right? Because they look like walking anatomical charts. But in reality, we don't know their immune system. If their immune system is compromised, their gut is compromised, if they have mental fog, and all those things are comorbidity factors that might be able to end up putting you in the hospital next time there is a virus. And so overall health, actual health factors, like how do I sleep? Is my recovery better? Gut health? Am I foggy headed? What is my body fat percentage? And I think as people, recovering heart rate, like massive factor, blood pressure. All those things are factors that you've got to pay attention to. And if not, and many of those are fat byproducts of also how you eat, also how you manage stress. And so you're right. The moving into 2023, so much of it is going to be holistic health versus just, am I lean and jacked?
Totally. Yeah. And I think to that point, from a Fit Body Bootcamp perspective, the brand that we oversee, that's the reason we not only have a group training element, but we have a coaching element, we have a nutrition element, we have a supplement element. Bootcamp Plus is a nutrition coaching program we just launched for our franchise partners to allow them the opportunity to coach their clients at a healthier level, to get them better results from a fitness and fat loss perspective, and also to generate more revenue. Of course, we have Trillian Supplementation, which you launched that brand a few years ago, B, and that's just another aspect in terms of our whole model to not only serve the fitness aspect, but the holistic health aspect.
Yeah. In fact, I don't know if you've talked about this on a recent episode or not, but the government put out the new food pyramid, and the new food pyramid has the highest concentration at the very bottom of that pyramid is carbohydrates, processed carbohydrates. In fact, Joe Rogan put up a post on his social media saying he was just appalled that that new food pyramid says Lucky Charms is healthier than steak, which is high. Steak is high protein. Lucky Charms is processed garbage.
Yeah, sugar.
Right? Processed garbage that's literally going to give you diabetes. It's going to give you leaky gut, foggy head, all those things, and make you fat. And so, listen, I'm not saying the government doesn't have the best interest at heart, but I am saying that you've got to create your own health pyramid. And that health pyramid starts with proteins and vegetables, moderate carbs, and then lower fats. And what we do at Fit Body Bootcamp with the Bootcamp Plus is really focus on those other factors where nutrition, even mindset are important, and that's overall holistic health.
All right, my friends, that is prediction number one. Prediction number two, and this is pretty obvious that we're all aging, but let's face it, B, the baby boomer market, they are getting older, and it actually falls in line with the point number one is about people are going to take a more of a active look at the holistic health. And certainly, the baby boomers who are now in their 60s, 70s, and 80s, certainly everyone wants to look and feel good, but it's actually more of a health concern than anything. So boomer fitness is going to continue to be on the rise, and it's going to be really important for gym owners and fitness people to be able to have a program and offering to be able to serve that clientele.
Yeah. And in fact, I don't know if our viewers and listeners know this, but the fifth largest economy in the world is the state of California. The sixth largest economy in the world are baby boomers, right? The aging adults, baby boomers. And so knowing that, let's not forget that they come from the Great Depression or as a byproduct of World War II. Yep. And so they are the generation that wants to live as long as they can. They want to be as functional as they can. They want to experience life as much as they can. And so that marketplace is not only a great customer base to serve, they've been the backbone of the American way when you think about it. And in addition to that, they have the time and the money to work out because, let's face it, most are retired. They've done well in life financially. They have the time and money, and they know that when they are working out, exercising, eating right, keeping a positive mental attitude, being held accountable by a coach at their local Fit Body Bootcamp, they are in a place where they're going to live and extend their life and quality of their life. And I think that speaks to the success of our Fit Body Forever program, right? Totally. Yeah, massively.
Yeah, and we've touched upon it before, and we have an episode coming out later in the spring with Stephen Hadley, who's a franchise partner in Daphne, Alabama, who's actually the lead, if you will, of Fit Body Forever, and just exciting times. And we launched this Fit Body Forever program in our brand just after COVID, or kind of in the heels of COVID, but it's really started to gain traction. In fact, 15%, north of 15% of our Fit Body Bootcamp owners are actually on the Fit Body Forever program. And I was just talking with two friends of mine, Nina and Hervé Medard on the East Coast, and they've been on an earlier episode of the Fitness CEO podcast, so shout out to you guys. And they just were awarded the newest six-figure club, just crossing six figures in revenue just from their Fit Body Forever, not even considering their Fit Body.
Oh, just in their Fit Body Forever. Yeah. Good for them, man. They're such a great couple, man. I really love everything that they're about. And they're, again, a testament to serving a generation that isn't necessarily just looking to get abs and burn 30 pounds. Like, that's great too, and we do that at Fit Body Bootcamp. But we saw that there was a need to serve one of America's greatest generations, the aging adults and boomers. Again, they've got the time and money, and so we created that Fit Body Forever program, which becomes an additional revenue stream for our franchise owners. And what a great way to help humanity and serve humanity for us.
Yeah, amen to that.
What's up, my friend? Bryce here. Now, you might know me as the co-host of this podcast and the CEO of FitBody. But what many people don't know is that I actually began my journey as a FitBody franchise owner. Now, being an owner, I wake up every day absolutely doing what I love. I live my passion. I help people transform their lives and have both financial and personal freedom. And it's for these reasons and many more that other owners join the brand and open their own FitBody locations too. So if you're looking to build a highly profitable business, take charge of your life, and create an impact in your very own community, then opening a FitBody gym might be a perfect fit for you. Now, to see if a territory is available in your area, as we have very limited spots due to our incredible growth, go ahead and visit our website at fbbcfranchise.com to complete an application. Well, thanks, and back to the show.
All right, 2 down, 3 to go. Number 3 is that the continued trend of big box gyms and even one-on-one will continue to decline in replacement of large group training, which has been on the rise for quite some time, and even small group training as well. In fact, B, I was just talking with you offline. We just had our EOS annual event, Brian Underhill, which, by the way, EOS stands for Entrepreneur Operating System, and it's a framework that we've really drove incredible results in our business over the last 3 years. And we do quarterly meetings and annual meetings. And after, a long day of kind of strategically planning what the vision for FitBody looks like in 2023, sat down for a sushi dinner with my brother Barrett, coaching profitability director, and then Joel Kokos. And we were talking about the trends and seeing like the big opportunity at hand to supplement our FitBody Bootcamp locations of large group training with actually a small group offering as well. But so I'm excited to kind of talk about that and see what that looks like as we plan that out. But really taking a step back, big picture in terms of trending, what we talked about is the fact of the matter is coaching, accountability, that one-on-one connection or one to a group is exponentially more valuable than staying at home or with a computer screen. It just lacks that personal touch. So I really strongly believe, B, that that's we're going to see a lot more of that in 2023.
And you're absolutely right about that, and I'll tell you why. Because they say success leaves clues, and when you think about the 2008 housing market crash, right? One-on-one personal training was huge, especially in big box gyms and studios that only offered one-on-one high-end personal training, which was very expensive.
Yeah.
Well, when the housing market crashed in 2008, and I was coaching and consulting one-on-one gym owners who did one-on-one personal training, I was quickly losing clients because they were quickly losing clients. And I came to the conclusion by 2009, early 2010, that really we got to take that outdoor boot camp and group training program and bring it indoors. And that was the kind of impetus of FitBody Bootcamp, right? And so we started off as a licensing program. Then by 2012, January of 2012, we became an official franchise, FitBody Bootcamp, which was one trainer, many clients, making really personal training, turned it into a group program because the economy had crashed. People didn't have much money, but they still wanted personal training. They wanted it to be affordable. And by doing it in a group, it also became convenient, right? It also became convenient because now you can get many people during a specific time slot in there. And so I saw that trend happening when big box gyms were starting to shut down, small boutique studios were starting to thrive even more. And then, of course, group training was starting to take off. And so here we are again, now in 2023. As we enter 2023, we're seeing high inflation. The recession has started. They are predicting a depression-style economic disaster, which means it's going to lend itself. People are still going to want fitness. Fitness is not a trend. Fitness is ongoing. People will always find a way to pay for their fitness and health, but they want to do it in a smart way. And so it makes sense to do it in a group environment where it is affordable, it is convenient, and those that want to be getting a more high-touch experience, well, it makes sense that they get in on that smaller group training, semi-private programs where, again, much more affordable, much more convenient, still the accountability, still the results, and still that community feel that we need.
Totally. It's going to continue to drive incredible results. And also, too, just the value of being a franchise partner at FitBody. Not only have we executed and really dialed in our large group training, we've now offered small group training geared towards the baby boomers, but now then launching and really developing a proper small group training, for our typical Fit Body Bootcamp clients, people in their 30s, 40s, and 50s, it's just going to be game changing. That's just huge value in the system that we have.
Yeah, I agree.
So that is bullet point number 3. Prediction number 4, which actually ties into it, and we had a little bit of crossover here, but B, whatever you want to call it, if you want to call it proper recession, 2022 didn't look good financially. It kind of leveled off. So I guess officially we came out of the recession temporarily, but regardless, I mean, if you're looking at economics, if you're looking at our current administration, there's not a lot of confidence on where the economy is going right now. And when that happens, then people get a little fearful and they spend less, they put less money into the marketplace, which then means recession, ultimately is the outcome. But that all said, while that's a prediction, I actually see this as an opportunity. And B, you kind of story told a little bit about the birth of Fit Body Bootcamp, the true entrepreneur spirit, seeing the opportunity when everyone else thinks it's crashing and burning. This is an opportunity to pivot. For me, the way I look at it, and I've went through now, this is my second major recession cycle, the first being, the Great Recession, earlier in my career. But what I see, B, is for the average gym owner, for the average entrepreneur that just produces averagely, you should be scared. You should be scared because the contraction is there. It's coming. However, if you are extraordinary, if you execute your business, your operations, your client results at a high fashion, the world is yours. Like there's going to be a lot of opportunity, a lot of displaced clients looking for a fitness home that really, it creates a huge opportunity for those gym owners, those fitness people that are really going to exceed expectation, go beyond, and really thrive from their business.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And in fact, when you look at the greatest growth phase that Fit Body Bootcamp had in the beginning, it wasn't when I first started it. You would think when you first started, you're going to get the most amount of people on board. It was a couple of years after when unemployment rates by 2012, 13 were now at 11%. I remember reading 11.4%, which is pretty high unemployment. I mean, Greece had one of the highest at the time at 24% unemployment, and we were almost half of that, 11.4%. And I remember thinking like, wait a minute. As I drive around my town and other towns around here, I see a lot of storefronts closed, restaurants, other gyms, other places have gotten out of business, ice cream stores, whatever. And I realized that this gives an opportunity for a new Fit Body Bootcamp owner to really say how much they want to pay for rent, that they can get several months of free rent, that they can get TI, tenant improvement, paid by the landlord, because the landlord has so much surplus in storefronts when the economy is down and is contracting. And so once again, we're in that time where the new franchisee or the new entrepreneur has their pick of choice, and therefore you can kind of set the terms of that facility and get a better rent, better tenant improvement, better even 2, 3, 4 months of free rent. I remember helping one of our franchise owners back in the day negotiate 6 months of free rent once the keys were handed, because that building owner, the landlord, simply wanted to have a tenant in there who's going to sign a 5-year lease. And so they were willing to forego 6 months of money up front, which allowed that Fit Body Bootcamp owner then to use that money in marketing into hockey stick.
Yeah, totally.
So recessions are not bad for everybody. Many businesses that know how to grow in recessions, and we're one of them, actually thrive really well.
Totally.
Yeah.
Which leads me to my 5th point, which is the fact that franchising will thrive. And, painting the picture of, a looming recession. We're still in winter. Winter's going to be here for a while from the looks of it. But that's okay. We're born for that. You and I and the rest of our, team here at HQ to continue to charge hard and thrive, not just survive. But one of the things that is also going to impact consumer confidence is the fact that there's going to be less entrepreneurs taking big risks. And even people who potentially in a better economy would feel more in confidence, probably an inflated level of confidence, making risk in launching businesses. What's going to happen actually is tried and true tested business systems like the franchising industry is going to thrive, because when uncertainty is there, people want to go to a known proven commodity. And the franchising system, as we've seen last year with exponential growth of Fit Body Bootcamp, is just going to continue. And
listen, we need to toot the horn where it's necessary. And truth be told, not all franchise systems are the same. And so we can't say that because something is a franchise system that it has a higher success rate, because we know of franchise brands. F45. Yeah. I mean, let's just call a spade a spade. F45 is contracting right now because they fired 50% of their corporate office staff. The CEO, his house, and former CEO now, His house in Australia got foreclosed and is up for sale. And all of this is happening is because they made bad money decisions in terms of marketing. They spent so much money in getting celebrities to endorse F45, but didn't once create enough systems for their franchise owners to run, right? We know that as entrepreneurs, your job isn't to run the business. Your job is to run the systems. The systems run the business. But in the case of F45, if they didn't create systems for those franchisees to run, now those franchisees have to go in there and figure it out. Now they have to try and figure it out with half of the corporate office team absent because of the financial crisis they're in. We keep hiring more people here at Fit Body Bootcamp because we created systems for our franchisees that will run those locations. And I'm not going to say they predict success. Like as a franchise, we can't say that,
right.
But we are the only franchise out there that I know of, and I think we straight up are, where we will say you open your doors with 100 paying clients. You open your franchise doors at Fit Body Bootcamp with 100 paying clients, or we will keep marketing until you have those clients. Like no one else is making that promise, and that's because we've got the systems in place. And so what systems are, I always kind of look at the word system as an acronym. It's save yourself time, effort, and money. Right? System. And so you find the right franchise system that has their poop in a group like we do, and you will thrive no matter the economy.
Amen to that.
Yeah.
So coming to the table, those are the 5 that we had. But B, you were a magician here, and I think you have a 6th.
Yeah. As I got to thinking, as we were kind of putting together our notes for this, 2023 trends and predictions in the fitness industry, I got to thinking like, well, what happened during the pandemic? So many people were forced to not be able to go to their local gyms, right? Depending on what state you were in. Some states like California, New York, Michigan, New Jersey were absolutely shut down.
Totally.
And so they were forced to either go work out outdoors in their garage. Many people started getting those gadgets, whether it's Peloton, whether it's some kind of a home workout system. And you look at Peloton now, you look at Mirror, you look at any of those home workout systems, they are plummeting. Their stocks are plummeting. And the reason is, and this has happened historically for time, even every gadget, like the Gazelle that you would buy off an infomercial, and I love Tony Little. And probably 1 out of every 20 person that buys a home exercise equipment has the commitment and personal discipline to do it. The rest of us, we want to go to a place, our second home, which is our place of fitness, where we have a community. We go there at the same time. We see the same faces. We connect as humans. Humans are tribal. We are community. And we have that accountability factor of the coaches. And the coaches help set our goals and help design our programs and help craft our nutrition so that we can reach those goals and learn how to control our body. And so proof of that is those at-home personal workout programs, whether they're a gadget or a do-it-yourself, simply don't work because the human condition is that we are tribal. We are not lone wolves. And so save yourself money and find a place that you can call your home and work out. And we'd like to think that Fit Body Bootcamp should be that home.
That's it. And well said. I don't think I can have any more to add on that, with the exception of just the fact of reiteration that what we teach our franchise partners first and foremost is we're not in the fitness industry. First and foremost, we're in the people industry. We're in the relationship business. And when you understand that, then it makes sense basically why where we're going right now is going to be more connection, more, one-on-one coaching experience, because that's really what humans stick, to your point. So
bingo.
All right, B, anything else before we wrap for 2023 predictions? What's ahead?
I got to tell you, I think we covered it. And I think the only other thing for anyone watching this needs to do, if they're waiting for the right time to start a gym, to start picking out a place, to start making more money, to maybe quit that job or that career and finally go into your passion of helping people through fitness, now is the time. And so somewhere around this video, there's probably a link, and you ought to consider clicking that link, and you ought to consider talking to our franchise business advisors. And if Fit Body Bootcamp is a good fit for you and there's a territory available, I say you jump right on it.
Yeah, let's go. Well, B, appreciate you, my dude. And friends, we'll see you in the next episode.